to Teen Talk It Out, where we keep it real. Real issues, real talk for teens. I'm your host, Miss K. I developed Teen Talk It Out because teens need a place where they can keep it real and keep it fun. So let's all get together right now and talk it out. Welcome to Teen Talk It Out, where we keep it real. That's right, real issues, real talk for teens. We have an exciting show in store for you today, but first, let's welcome our Big Mouth panel. These are the brave souls who will be providing us with insight and sharing their viewpoints on today's topic, which is self-image. Yes, how you see yourself. One excerpt said, self-image is the mental picture that you have of yourself. The teen years represent one of the critical times for the development of self-image. It is at this time that many teenagers develop the personalities that they will have for the rest of their lives. And this picture that they have of themselves can influence the kinds of friends they have, the choices they make, and their performance at school and work. In order to have a successful and fulfilling life, a teen needs to develop a positive self-image. So let's get into self-image and the two components of self-image. Number one, self-concept, or the way you believe you should be, but not necessarily the person you are. Again, self-concept is the person that you believe you should be, but not necessarily the person who you are. And number two, the second component of self-image is self-esteem, or the value that you place on yourself. So we'll talk about those two components in detail, but first, according to those around you and society in general, how do you think society wants you to be? What kind of person does the world seem like they want teenagers to be? Yes, let's hear from you. Pass it down. Okay.
I think that society thinks that the way we should act and look are just ways that really people aren't. And I think that in the media, people, the way that they look is not real, and the way that they act is just because they're afraid of what other people will think of them.
So it's not their real selves.
Right.
We're seeing facades, we're seeing projectiles, but we're not seeing the real person. That's real talk. Thank you. Andrew, pass it down.
Personally, I think that society wants us to look picture perfect, as the saying goes.
Yes.
Where the models on TV and stuff are models because they have that epitome of the perfect body, the perfect look.
They do. They really do. And we do understand that that is TV, right? Okay. We do know. Keneswa, do we know that? I hope so. Thank you, Andrew. That's real talk. So anyone else on how society believes you should be? Give us more insight on that. Jessica.
I also agree with Andrew that society expects us to be perfect, and not everyone's perfect. You gotta keep that real. Everyone's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that we should present ourselves as the way we are. Like, the way we dress is probably not everyone agrees with it. They judge us.
Yes.
Yes.
Teens are judged. We see a lot of teens and we see a lot of dressing, and yes, they do not agree with something. So would you say it's kind of more of a stereotypical, they have this idea, but it's not necessarily who you all believe you should be or are, for that matter? All right, that's real talk. Now, there are some things that we know that can compromise your self-image. The things that teens have identified that can hurt their self-image are, number one, family. 2, rejection by friends or a girlfriend, boyfriend. Number 3, mistakes or bad choices. 4, body image. We know that's a big one. And 5, being compared to others. And let's take a moment to talk about each one of those individually. Now, how can family hurt your self-image? You can give us some insight on that. Keneswa, pass it on down.
Family can hurt your self-image by, they may want you to be one way, but that way might not be the way that you truly are. So you have to be true to yourself. And
Might not-
that's just what's best for you.
Definitely, not necessarily who they want you to be. I like that. That's real talk. What about rejection by friends or a girlfriend, boyfriend? How might that help hurt your self-image? Let's pass the mic to Isaiah.
Well, friends and girlfriends and boyfriends are people that you've bonded to, so therefore you're bonded to them. You basically are kind of
Have that
put
trust.
together.
Yes.
Yes, you trust them to not hurt you with their decisions. When they tell you to be something else, it will kind of throw you off,
And they try to change you. It's going to throw you. It's
Yes.
going to hurt you.
which just creates actually more mayhem because it's acting, not your real self.
That's correct, and it can compromise your self-image. I can see that. That's real talk. Thank you, Isaiah. Now, what about mistakes or bad choices? Kelsey, let's pass the microphone down to Kelsey. Tell us, how can mistakes or bad choices have a huge effect on your self-image?
Right. I personally think that mistakes and choices that we make as teens can hurt our self-image, because when you make a choice, that reflects who you are. And if you make these bad decisions and you go out in front of your peers, they're going to talk about you, and they're, quite blatantly, they're going to judge you. And
Absolutely.
they're going to make, assumptions about you that just based off your actions may not be who you are as a person.
Whoa, hello, good morning. Let's do the dance. Hello. Wow, good morning. Woo. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you. Body image, and I know that's going to be a tough act to follow, but we need a brave person to tell us, how can body image affect how you see yourself in a negative way? Body image, that old thing about, I'm too fat, I'm not fat enough, my legs are too long, my legs are too short. Tell us a little bit about that.
I believe that as people, we naturally judge ourselves more than people would just by looking at us.
Yes.
Because when we look in the mirror, we see something and we completely just make ourselves feel horrible about it. And we see the tiniest mistakes, and other people just may not see anything at all.
And we judge ourselves more harshly. Some things people don't even, as you said, they don't even pay attention to it, but we see it and we judge ourselves harshly. Thank you, that's real talk. All right, and the last one is being compared to others. Tell us a little bit about that one. Jessica.
Well, being compared to others, some people will say, hey, this person got an A on this test, how come you got an F in this test? That's one way of somebody comparing you to somebody else. And maybe it's a simple fact that, hey, you probably didn't study for the test, or hey, you didn't work hard enough. But also people, they also judge you on just type of things like that. They compare you to others. They expect one person to be perfect, you have to be perfect.
You have to be that
They're one
same
way, you have to be this way.
And that can we know that can put a damper on your self-image. Thank you, that was very good. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, and this is directed to you all individually, how do you see yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? Kaniswa, pass the mic down, boy, do we want to hear this?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I rate myself like 1,000.
That's good! Hello, good morning, let's do the dance. Hello, good morning. That is what we want to hear. 1,000 and why?
Because, like I said before, and I always say, I'm a child of God, so that just makes me
You are.
it says it all.
You are definitely that, and I like how you affirm that with all of your statements, and it shows that you do truly believe in what you say. I like that. Very good answer. Well, wait a minute. Hold up, somebody else. Tell us, scale of 1 to 10. Yes.
I rate myself a 10 because everybody should look at their self and put their self to better standards, because you are made how you are made.
You are that one, and that's another hello, good morning. Let's give her a round for that one. We want to hear the 10s, and this is real talk. If you don't see yourself as a 10, that's fine too. We're gonna work on that, and next we're gonna talk about how to solve some of these issues with self-image and what steps to take to make that happen. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Havana Jacks, bringing to the community 17 years of Cuban American cuisine, where you can savor the authentic dishes of any home in Havana with the ambiance that allows you to travel without leaving Jacksonville. Havana Jacks, the taste of Cuba. Cuba Libre. Great for conferences, business meetings, corporate parties, and a fantastic ambiance for rehearsal dinners, bachelorette parties, birthdays, and anniversaries. Cuba Libre. Freedom for your next event. Bringing art to your feet, the Oriental Rug House is Jacksonville's largest supplier of imported decorative rugs and tapestry. Also creating custom modern rugs, Oriental Rug House, we bring art and beauty to your feet. OMG Hair Studio, hair designer for host of Teen Talk It Out, where we design a look tailored for you. We specialize in all hair types, weaves, and natural styles. Come let Quan at OMG Hair Studio tailor a look designed for you. We are Celebrations 24, first choice for all your event planning needs. Working 24 hours to ensure your event is one to celebrate forever. We offer catering, DJ service, decor, and more. Celebrations24.com, making your event one to remember.